Hi, my name is Maya Salas, and the artist I decided to present is Banksy. Banksy is believed to legally go by the name of Robin Gunningham. He was born on July 28, 1973. He's known for being an England-based street artist and political activist. Some of his earliest works were done as little as 18 in the streets of London to bring attention to problems in the world. One thing most should know about Banksy is that he has a reputation of remaining anonymous for years. The photo used above is what has been rumored to be his identity. Here is the first painting I want to talk about, titled Snorting Copper, which was made by Banksy in 2005. It represents what seems to be a police officer snorting a line of coke. This artwork happens to include several miles of paint dribbling through the city that led to the stencil representing a line of coke. This piece by Banksy was strongly meant to take shots at cops by showing that they lack immortality and how corrupt the police force is. The materials that Banksy used in this artwork is stencil graffiti. This artwork has been restored after being vandalized and now lies on Curtain Road at the Waterloo Station in London. The second painting I want to talk about is a mural that is titled Well Hungover. It was made by Banksy in 2006 and is formerly located at Park Street in Bristol, United Kingdom, in front of a health clinic. The type of art material he used was spray paint. This is described as one of Banksy's biggest pieces ever done. It shows a man hanging from the window naked with another man in a suit and a woman looking outside the window to find him. The overall meaning Banksy wanted the mural to represent is how society does people wrong when they choose not to treat everyone as an equal, therefore leaving them to hang over a ledge to make themselves feel accepted by society. This specific piece by Banksy is one of his earliest paintings in San Francisco that he had made around 2011. The materials that the artist used was spray paint and is surprisingly still preserved despite the city's strict rules when it comes to removing street art. In the painting, the baby carriage is seen falling down the stairs. The painting happens to be placed where the real staircases once stood. It highlights the fact that parents can often be careless with their child in a city that's big based off of his observations while being there. The painting Child Soldier was one of Banksy's biggest paintings ever done in Hollywood. He painted this around 2011 with some spray paint in front of Urban Outfitters on a wall in Weston Street in Los Angeles, California. The theme of weapons and children is something Banksy often correlates with a lot of his pieces. The piece was an attempt to bring awareness to the corrupted innocence of children and how it is slowly starting not to become uncommon to see children having guns and involved in conflicts around the world. This piece by Banksy that is titled Keep Your Coins, I Want Change became super popular as it spread everywhere. It was made by spray paint and existed from 2004 to 2011. Founded on a street outside of a building in Melbourne, Australia, the piece shows a homeless man who appears to be asking for change but not in a physical change. As he says, he wants social change rather than coins or bills. It is a strong piece with a deep meaning as he wants society to change for the better. This piece by Banksy is called Mobile Phone Lovers, which was painted in 2008 with spray paint. It happened to cause some drama when it was painted very close to a boys' club in Banksy's hometown of Bristol, United Kingdom. The owner of the club said to have removed the door with the intention of using it to raise funds for his club. He was intentionally taken by the local council who claimed ownership. However, the issue was resolved when Banksy himself sent a letter to the club seeming to condone his choice to use it as a fundraiser. This piece represented the generation and how we see social media as a main aspect of relationships and how all these norms of having the quote-unquote perfect relationship does get in the way of relationships nowadays. This artwork by Banksy was made around 2005 with spray paint in London, United Kingdom. It is a representation of soldiers painting the CND sign, which stands for Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, but unfortunately was confiscated for illegally breaking laws regarding protests in the area. It has been suggested that it represents the repression of free speech as well as acting as an anti-war protest. Due to the nature of wars around the time of 2005 between Afghanistan and even between Iraq. This piece by Banksy that is titled No Future appears to be one of Banksy's most moving pieces of art. It was made in 2010 using spray paint. It happened to appear on the wall of a private residence in Southampton and was later painted over in November 2010, just 1 week after being discovered. The letter O in the caption doubles as a balloon, giving the viewer a dose of irony since balloons are more often a cause of joy for children. The painting titled Stop and Search was made around 2007 with spray paint and represents a girl and a soldier, which is one of the pieces that Banksy put up on the wall in Bethlehem. The little girl is seen frisking an armed soldier in different types of roles to get what she wants, which is exactly the form in which soldiers try to get what they want, and also correlates to an abuse of power. This, among with other images on the wall, were intended to promote an annual Santa's Ghetto exhibit. This piece is still visible, though somewhat faded today. This piece by Banksy was discovered towards the end of 2011. Sorry, the lifestyle you ordered is currently out of stock. It's found on the side of an empty building that is believed to be a failed housing project that happened to be stalled by the recession. It is still visible today, although it has some streaks of black paint all over it. This painting has intentions of showing that no one lives a perfect life or have one just like yours. I chose this to be represented last because I feel that it is an important message that Banksy was able to give to the audience, because it represents that nowadays you don't have to follow what everyone else is doing in society, and that it's better off that you do your own thing and do whatever makes you happy.